and we're going to discuss concession and lease agreement, and we'll have a presentation by the mayor. Mayor Reed.
Madam Chair, members of the board, and ladies and gentlemen, I've heard some extraordinary things in the short time that I've been standing in this room, based on fears and speculations, innuendo, rumors. I haven't heard a single thing yet that was true in terms of what it is you think this deal is and what it is you fear. Let me try to summarize it as best I can. About 11 or 12 months ago, the Harrisburg Parking Authority issued a request for proposals to explore the possibility of a long-term lease, not a sale, but a long-term lease of the parking assets, meaning the parking garages and the parking lots of the Harrisburg Parking Authority. There were several responses received. The highest and best offer came from the firm with whom the Parking Authority has been negotiating since. It is that transaction that is presently before the board. Here are the basic elements. The private entity would long-term lease, not buy, but long-term lease most of the parking assets. City islands, garage, and lots would continue to be operated by the Parking Authority. The rest would be operated by the new private operator. The new private operator presently operates about 215,000 parking spaces at facilities in 16 states. They are well experienced in this, and a substantial number of their employees are fully unionized in places like Chicago, Illinois, which, as you know, is a very big union town. They have excellent relationships with their other unions, and the other unions have sent in letters attesting to that fact. They would pay $215 million for the long-term lease of these facilities. Here is what that $215 million would do. Someone suggested that we think about the citizens of Harrisburg. Well, I can tell you that we have. First, it would wipe out all of the debt of the Harrisburg Parking Authority, which totals right now, if my memory is correct, about $113 million, give or take a dime. Wipes that out. Now, why is that important? Well, number one, it's outstanding debt, and number two, the city of Harrisburg has guaranteed that debt. The city of Harrisburg has guaranteed the debt on bonds that were used to build facilities that are largely used by non-residents who come into Harrisburg and at the end of the business day go back home out to the suburbs. So it wipes all of that debt off the books. That's a plus. Then the remaining monies would be used to wipe out almost all of the city of Harrisburg's debt. And in doing that, we would become one of the few cities in America, and certainly in Pennsylvania, to be almost completely debt-free. What does that mean to the citizens of Harrisburg? Well, here's what it means. It means that all the money that is now in the annual budget of the city of Harrisburg that goes towards repaying debt will get freed up. So how do you use that money? Well, several ways. Number one, for the 2008 real estate taxes paid by property owners in the city of Harrisburg, those who are homeowners, who make $40,000 a year or less, will get a 100% tax rebate to get back every dollar they paid in taxes.
For the next 75 years or 1 year?
Beginning this year, and then we make it permanent going into next year. And number two, those who make homeowners who make more than $40,000 a year will get a 50% tax rebate. Then all other property owners will get a 10% tax rebate. That's this year alone. Starting in 2009, since the 2008 budget's already done, the tax bills were issued in February, and so forth, beginning in 2009, then we do an across-the-board tax rate reduction that becomes permanent, and then also repeat tax rebates.